The Talking Drum, Episode 2. The Forbidden Song. The forest was alive, but not with the sounds Kofi had known all his life. The usual chirping of crickets and rustling of leaves had been replaced by an oppressive silence, broken only by the deep, resonating growl that came from the glowing eyes in the shadows. Kofi froze, his hand hovering over the drum. The eyes blinked slowly, their light casting strange patterns on the forest floor. "You have no idea what you've touched," the voice growled, deep and thunderous, reverberating in his chest. Who are you?" Kofi stammered, his voice trembling. "I am the guardian of balance," the voice replied, "and that drum you seek to awaken was never meant for mortal hands." Kofi felt his knees buckle, but his curiosity outweighed his fear. "It called me. Why would it call me if I wasn't meant to find it?" The glowing eyes narrowed, and the shadows shifted, forming the outline of a massive creature, part lion, part man, with a mane that shimmered like embers in the night. The guardian stepped closer, the ground shaking beneath its weight. "The drum chooses, but it does not explain. If you play it without understanding its purpose, you will doom not just yourself, but all you hold dear." The drum's temptation. As the guardian spoke, the drum began to hum again, louder this time. Its vibrations sent ripples through the air, and Kofi could feel the sound pulling at him, drawing him closer. "It's just a drum," Kofi whispered, half to himself. "Just a drum." The guardian's voice boomed with laughter, a sound so powerful it caused the nearby trees to quake. "That drum carries the echoes of the first ancestors, their wisdom, their rage, their power. It is a bridge between worlds, a tool that can create or destroy." Kofi took a step back, his heart pounding. "Then why did it call me? I didn't ask for this." The guardian's glowing eyes softened, but only slightly. "The drum doesn't choose lightly. You were called because your heart holds a spark of something rare, something that may save or shatter this world." Kofi stared at the drum. Its glow intensified, and for a moment he thought he could see images on its surface: warriors marching, rivers flooding, skies ablaze with fire. The visions disappeared as quickly as they came, leaving him breathless. "The forest awakens." Before Kofi could respond, the forest erupted into chaos. The ground cracked open, and roots shot out like serpents, writhing and coiling around the baobab tree. The drum's hum grew into a deafening roar, and a voice, not the guardian's but something ancient and cold, spoke from everywhere and nowhere. "You have awakened us," it hissed. "You cannot turn back now." The guardian snarled, its body tensing as it faced the dark energy swirling around the tree. "Run, boy!" it commanded. "You are not ready!" Kofi hesitated, his feet rooted to the spot. He watched as shadows twisted into monstrous forms, their eyes glowing like embers. The guardian charged at them, its claws slicing through the darkness, but the shadows only multiplied. "Run!" the guardian roared again, this time with desperation. The chase Kofi turned and bolted through the forest, the drum's hum echoing behind him like a heartbeat. The air grew colder, and the path seemed to stretch endlessly, the trees closing in on him. Shadows darted at the edges of his vision, whispering his name in mocking tones. "Kofi, you can't escape. You belong to us now." He stumbled over a root, falling hard to the ground. As he scrambled to his feet, he saw one of the shadow creatures lunging toward him. Its elongated limbs and jagged mouth stretched wide, emitting a bone-chilling screech. Out of nowhere, a blinding light erupted, forcing the shadow to retreat. Kofi shielded his eyes and looked up to see the guardian standing tall, its mane ablaze. "Keep running!" the guardian growled, holding back the darkness with its fiery presence. A dangerous refuge. Kofi finally burst out of the forest and collapsed at the edge of the village. The elders, alerted by the commotion, rushed to his side. Their faces turned pale as they saw the glow of the drum still clinging to him. Faint, but unmistakable. "What have you done?" one of them whispered, their voice trembling. "It called me," Kofi gasped, his chest heaving. It wouldn't stop." The oldest elder knelt beside him, his eyes clouded with fear and sorrow. "The drum has chosen you, child, but you are far from ready. If the balance is broken, the spirits of the forest will consume us all." Kofi opened his mouth to speak, but the ground beneath the village shuddered. A chilling wind swept through, carrying the whispers of the shadows. The elder gripped Kofi's shoulders. "You must go back," he said gravely. "You must finish what you started." To be continued.